Alright, good morning. Today, YouTube, we have ourselves a little bit of a scared archetype, the Goblins. They're not really used because they're not typically an archetype, even though they are. It doesn't make sense, but it does. Anyway, and so I tried to take in a little together fun deck. The sleeves are bigger than the cards, so, you know, it's just a fun deck that you could try out and try and adjust. Here it is. Yeah. And to start off, we run 2 Goblin Kings. He's really great because as long as you have another Fiend on the field, he can't be attacked, and if you have them both on the field, then bam, you can't attack him at all. He gains 1,000 for each Fiend, so it's wonderful. 3 Goblin attack forces. Beater, simple. 2 elite Goblin attack forces, or Goblin elite attack forces.
That one does not want to leave.
He doesn't want to. 1 Goblin Marauding squad. He's actually a good, because the other ones are just beaters, but this one, you can't activate card effects when he attacks, which is really great. Recon squad, Pothole squad, 2 Black Ops, Decoy squad. Each one has their own nice little effect. Black Ops can attack directly, I believe. No. Yeah, he can attack directly. Like Pothole squad, no trap hole cards. The rest of like this one lets you look at your opponent. This one, something else. And then that's it for our major squads. Alright, and moving on from the squads, we have a blindly loyal Goblin. He's really interesting if your opponent. He's really interesting if you have an opponent who runs like mind control or something. Wait, is that the right one? Creature swap or the one that switches?
Yeah, it's creature swap.
No, the other one. Mind control?
Yeah, mind control, yeah.
Alright, if your opponent's running mind control, it's a little fun thing. If you notice, right now there's a mixture of warriors and fiends, and if you remember, the Goblin King requires fiends. We'll get back to that whole story later on. Next we have Goblin of Greed. It's really great against, I think you can do it against hand traps and a whole bunch of other cards that require you to discard stuff from your hand. He's like the only defensive monster in this deck. It's pretty good. 2 Goblindberghs. Yes, you may not have realized he's a goblin, but he is. Next, Giant Orcs. 2 of them, also for beaters. You may call him not a goblin, but you know he works. Orcs are related to goblins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In a way, yes.
And for his little friend, we have 1 Second Goblin, which switches the battle position. I only run 1 because of a card you'll see here later on. And the strangest monster we have in here is Uria, Lord of Searing Flames, because here we run a massive amount of continuous traps, and why not try and put in a surprise that can do damage in massive amounts. See, we even got a Ryza here. Anyway, moving on to the traps, we got 3 copies of good Goblin Housekeeping. It's a strange draw power card, but it's a Goblin card, so I put it in there. It's fun. And if you get 3 of them in there, or 2 of them in there, then the third one will give you 3 cards, and you only have to put 1 of them back into your deck. And it's good at recycling stuff too. You always have a card that gets put back into your deck. That's pretty nice. 2 minor Goblin officials. You're going to do a lot of attacking with this deck, and so might as well run 2. If you have both on the field, you can do 1,000 damage per turn, and 3 turns, boom, your opponent's dead. And we got 2 Robbin Goblins. 1 Hard-Sellin Goblin, 1 Robbin Zombie, and 1 Hard-Sellin Zombie. These all do various things if you inflict battle damage to your opponent, which, if your opponent's not running something that can overcome your attack, you're going to do a lot of battle damage to your opponent. And it just messes with your opponent, makes them rethink what they're going to do. And to get around all these having to switch battle positions, we run final attack orders, and a really personal favorite, or a really good, one of my favorite cards, 2 Labyrinth of Nightmares. It makes the whole entire game like your opponent thinks everything differently whenever they play monsters in face-up positions, because then they have to switch the battle position at the end phase, regardless, and it changes the game. It's really fun. And to get rid of the whole warrior aspect of the deck, so I can use my Goblin Kings, I'll play 2 DNA Surgeries. Usually I'll call Fiends no matter what. Or Warriors. Play a Raigeki Break, Dust Tornado, and Torrential Tribute for some little bit more staples. And because I don't have spare Dark Holes and stuff like that, I run 1 Hammershot. That is the entirety of the magic cards in this deck. I'm thinking about swapping some of these cards out for more continuous support. It's pretty nice. Moving on to the extra deck, we won 1 Xyz monster, a Slack Magician. That's all I have, is just 1 Slack Magician, so that's all I can run. Which most of the times you're going to keep the Goblin Kings out in the field, but in case you need to, she's there for it. For the warriors that we have in here, we have Comics Hero King Arthur, Bland Armor Ninja, and Excalibur. Just because they're warrior specific and they're really great with what the warriors do. Next we have just basically some generic rank 4s. I like to put in Gem Knight Pearl because he's a powerful attacker. Utopia, Roach, Black Ship Corn, Gagagia the Risen because I have a lot of space in my extra deck and might as well. And something that I'll put in every single one of my extra decks, Chimera Tech, Fortress Dragon, in case your opponent runs a Cyber Dragon machine deck. You can just F them over, because you contribute from both sides of the field.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Obviously there's a lot more you can do with it by checking out other more generic cards, but it's a fun deck anyway. Just try it out. Thanks.
Victory!